the reverse process of evaporation is? So evaporation means it's a phase change of liquid to gas, and condensation means it's a phase change of gas to liquid. So condensation is the reverse process of evaporation. So option C is correct. And melting means it's a phase change of solid to liquid, and freezing means it's a phase change of liquid to solid. In this problem, a house has one bulb of 100 watts used for 10 hours a day. The cost of electric energy used by the bulb in 30 days at 3 rupees per kilowatt hour is. So we have to measure the power consumption here. So multiply the number of bulbs and wattage and the usage. That means one bulb into 100 watts into 10 hours per day. So this is equal to 1000 watt hours, and this is for a day. This is meant for one day, and we have to calculate the power consumption for 30 days. For 30 days it becomes 30 into 1000 watt hours. This is equal 30,000 watt hours. So we have to convert this watt hours into kilowatt hours. So we have to divide this by 1000, is equal 30,000 divided by 1000 kilowatt hours. So this is equal 30 kilowatt hours. So 1 kilowatt hour cost is 3 rupees. So total cost is 30 into 3 is equal to 90 rupees. So first option is correct. 90 rupees is the correct answer. Next bit, 2 volt into 3 coulomb is equal to. So to answer this, we have to know the formula, that is W is equal to VQ, where W is equal to work done, and V is equal to voltage, and Q is equal charge. So unit for work is joule. So 1 joule is equal, unit for voltage is volt, into Q means charge, unit for charge is coulomb. So 1 joule is equal 1 volt into 1 coulomb. This is also one of the important bits. And here 2 volt into 3 coulomb. So that means 2 into 6 volt into coulomb. This is the answer, but volt into coulomb is known as joule. So 6 volt into coulomb place lo joule. So this is equal to 6 joules. So 6 joule is the answer. Which among the following materials has resistivity of 10 into 10 power 10 ohm meter at 20 degrees centigrade? So we have different values for different materials. That is, for glass it has 10 into 10 power 10 ohm meter. So glass is the answer. Here the device used to convert mechanical energy into electrical energy is. So there are 4 options. First one is ammeter. Ammeter is an instrument to measure the current, in a circuit. So it is not the correct answer. And galvanometer is the instrument to know the presence of electric current, I. So galvanometer, it is also not the answer. And motor means it converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. It converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. So this is not the answer. And generator is the instrument which convert mechanical energy into electrical energy. So generator is the correct answer. So generator, option 4 is correct. Which one among the following pair of physical quantity unit is wrong? Here one physical quantity and their unit is given. We have to find which one is wrong among four options. Induced current and ampere. So induced current is the physical quantity and ampere is the unit. So it is the right option. And magnetic flux, Weber. Weber is the unit of magnetic flux, and this is also correct. And magnetic flux density, Weber per meter square. Weber per meter square is the unit of magnetic flux density. So this is also correct. Induced EMF, Tesla. So this is not correct. This is not correct. So induced EMF is measured in volts. Induced EMF is measured in volts. EMF means electromotive force. It is measured in volts. So the answer is fourth, induced EMF Tesla. Here we have to learn one topic, that is magnetic flux density is measured in Weber per meter square, and 1 Weber per meter square is also known as Tesla. Weber per meter square is also known as Tesla. Which among the following does not involve the principle of total internal reflection? So working of an optical fiber, this is also example of total internal reflection. Shining of diamonds, it is also one of the examples of total internal reflection. Appearance of mirage on distant road, it is also example of total internal reflection. And working of solar cooker, it is not the example of total internal reflection. So the answer is working of solar cooker. A rectangular tank of depth 6 meter is full of water of refractive index 4/3. When viewed from the top, the bottom of the tank is seen at a depth of. So here is one rectangular tank. Here is one rectangular tank, and it is of depth 6 meter. It is of depth 6 meter. And this is full of water of refractive index n is equal 4/3. So it is refractive index 4/3. So when viewed from the top, so if you are watching from the top, the bottom of the tank is seen at a depth of, suppose the bottom of the tank is seen at here. Now we have to calculate this depth. We have to calculate this depth. So this is the real depth and this is the apparent depth. This is the real depth and this is the apparent depth. So we have the formula that refractive index is equal to refractive index is equal to real depth by apparent depth. Real depth by apparent depth. Apparent depth. So this we have to calculate, that is x. So refractive index means 4/3 is equal, real depth means 6 meter by apparent depth means x. So upon cross multiplication we get 4x is equal 6 into 3. So x is equal 18/4, 4.5 meters. This is the answer. So the answer is first option, 4.5 meters. The speed of light in a medium is same as that in vacuum. The refractive index of the medium is. So here we have to write the formula of refractive index, that is refractive index is equal to n is equal to c by v. That means c means speed of light in vacuum divided by speed of light in medium. So here speed of light in vacuum and medium is same, so hence this is equal to 1 and the answer is 2 1. Why? Because C is equal to V here. Refractive index has no units, so here the value is 1 only, it has no units. The magnetic force acting on a straight wire of length L carrying current I kept perpendicular to the magnetic field of induction B is, suppose here is straight wire of length L carrying current I and it is kept perpendicular to the magnetic field. Suppose this is the magnetic field and this wire is kept perpendicular to it. This is north pole and south pole. So this is the magnetic field direction and the wire is kept perpendicular to the magnetic field, and thus we have the formula, that is F is equal BIL sin theta, where B is the magnetic field induction and I is the current and L is the length of the conductor. But theta is 90 degrees here. Why? Because magnetic field and current is perpendicular to each other. So BIL sin 90 degrees. So we know that sin 90 is 1. So BIL is the answer. F is equal to BIL. Third option is correct. The angle of incidence of a light ray on a plane mirror is 45 degrees. The angle between the incident ray and reflected ray is, suppose this is the plane mirror, this is the plane mirror and this is the normal, this is the normal and this is the incident ray, this is the incident ray, this is incident ray, and incident angle is 45 degrees here, and basing on rules of laws of reflection, it reflects into original medium with the same angle, that is 45 degrees. This is called reflected ray, this is called reflected ray, and this is called reflected angle. Incident angle is equal to reflected angle we learnt. So in this question we have to find the angle between incident ray and reflected ray, that means incident ray and reflected ray, that means 45 plus 45, that is 90 degrees. 90 degrees is the answer. Don't mark as 45 degrees. Why? Because we have learned that incident angle is equal to reflect, and by mistake we can put the answer 45 degrees, but don't do that mistake. Here an object P is at 100 K and another object Q is at 25 degrees centigrade are kept in contact. The flow of heat is from, suppose here is one object, that is P, and this object is at 100 K, and here is one object Q, and this is at 25 degrees centigrade, and heat flows from which body to which body, and these two are not in degrees centigrade or not in Kelvin. So we have to convert this to centigrade into Kelvin. That means 25 plus 273, that means 5 plus 3 8, 7 plus 2 9, 298 Kelvin. So P is at 100 Kelvin, Q is at 298 Kelvin. So heat flows from higher temperature, a body at higher temperature to body at lower temperature. That means heat flows from Q to P. That means second option is correct. The specific heat of water is 1 calorie per gram degree centigrade. Its value in joules per kg Kelvin is, the answer is 44,180. Why? Because 1 calorie is equal 4.186 joules. On substituting this, then we get the value of 4180. Which among the following has lower specific heat? So mercury has specific heat 139 joules per kg Kelvin, and iron has 483 joules per kg Kelvin. Ice has 2100 joules per kg Kelvin. Water has 4180 joules per kg Kelvin. So among all these four options, mercury has lower specific heat. So mercury is answer. So the magnetic field lines near a long straight wire are of straight lines parallel to the wire, straight lines perpendicular to the wire, concentric circles centered on the wire, radial lines originating from the wire. So concentric circles centered on the wire. Why? Because suppose this is the current carrying wire, then the magnetic field lines are forming like this, concentric circles. So option 3 is correct.